Beloved, I want you to hear me today. Your time is coming. Yes, I said it. Your time to shine, to rise, to walk into your destiny is coming. The question is, are you ready to wait? Are you ready to trust when everything around you says, it's never going to happen? You see, patience is not the absence of action. No, patience is the presence of faith. It is knowing that while the world may move slowly, God is never late. He is orchestrating every detail, preparing every step, arranging every moment so that when your time arrives, it will arrive perfectly. I know some of you have been waiting. You've prayed. You've cried. You've worked in silence while others played, while others celebrated. But let me tell you something, your struggle is not wasted. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every delay is a divine preparation. And every trial is a teacher sharpening you for the glory that lies ahead. Do not despise the waiting room. Do not grow weary in the storm. Stand strong. Keep your faith, keep your vision, keep working, keep loving, keep serving, keep believing. Because when the moment comes, you will shine like the morning sun. There will be doors opening that no man can close, opportunities appearing that you did not even see coming. Your gifts will be recognized. Your labor will be rewarded. Your name will be called, and all the waiting, all the pain, all the struggle will make sense. You cannot rush the process. The process is what builds strength, character, and resilience. The process is what prepares you to handle the anointing, the promotion, and the motion, and the breakthrough. If you leap too soon, you may fall. If you act out of impatience, you may miss the blessing. But if you remain faithful, if you remain strong, your time will come, and it will come with power. Do not give up. Do not compromise. Do not lose hope. Your time to shine is coming. Keep your heart strong, your spirit unshakable, and your eyes fixed on the prize. The world may not see your struggle, but God sees it. And He is aligning every piece, every step, every moment for your elevation. Faith in the waiting is one of the most difficult, yet most powerful disciplines a person can learn. It is not easy to wait. Waiting tests you. Waiting stretches you. Waiting seems unfair. It challenges your patience. It questions your perseverance. And it sometimes makes you doubt whether your dream, your calling, or your destiny will ever come to pass. But I am here to declare to you today that the waiting is not wasted. The waiting is not meaningless. The waiting is where your faith is strengthened, where your character is built, and where your breakthrough is prepared. You see, the world we live in teaches us impatience. We want instant results. We want immediate gratification. We want success to happen overnight. But life, my friends, is not a microwave. Life is a refining fire. Life is a process. In that process, waiting is the seasoning that makes your eventual success flavorful, lasting, and undeniable. Faith in the waiting is believing when you cannot see. Faith in the waiting is trusting when circumstances scream doubt. Faith in the waiting is holding on to your vision even when every door seems closed, every opportunity seems lost, and every plan you made seems to be unraveling. Faith in the waiting is not just hoping. It is not simply wishing. Faith in the waiting is a deep, unwavering belief that God has your life in His hands. His timing is perfect, and that every delay is part of a divine plan to elevate you to your rightful place. The waiting room is not a place of stagnation. It is a place of preparation. It is a place where your heart is purified, where your mind is aligned, and where your spirit is strengthened. The waiting room is where God teaches you lessons that you cannot learn in the season of abundance. It is where He equips you to handle the responsibility of your breakthrough. You see, many people fail when promotion comes because they were not prepared during the waiting. But when you wait faithfully, when you trust deeply, when you hold on with unwavering belief, you are being molded into a vessel fit for the blessing, for the calling, for the destiny that is set before you. I know some of you have been waiting for years. You have prayed. You have cried. You have worked tirelessly, and yet it seems as though nothing has changed. I know it feels discouraging. I know it feels heavy. But I am here to tell you today your waiting has a purpose. Every tear, every prayer, every sleepless night is producing something beautiful in your life. The waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. The waiting is not rejection. It is redirection. And the waiting is not denial. It is design. God is designing your path, lining up every step, arranging every encounter, orchestrating every moment so that when your time comes, it will come in a way that is far greater than you ever imagined. Faith in the waiting requires discipline. It requires commitment. It requires perseverance. It is easy to lose hope. It is easy to grow weary. It is easy to look at others and wonder why they are succeeding while you remain in the shadow of delay. But I want you to understand something. Comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is unique. Your timing is divine. What God has promised you will not be given to someone else. What God has written in your destiny cannot be stolen or delayed indefinitely. Your breakthrough is coming if you will remain faithful in the waiting. You see, faith in the waiting is also about trusting in the unseen. It is about believing in the invisible. It is about standing on a promise even when the promise has not yet been fulfilled. Abraham and Sarah waited decades for their child. Joseph waited in prison before his promotion. David waited in the fields before becoming king. Every great story of triumph in history has a season of waiting. The common thread is this: those who succeeded had faith when it was hardest to believe. They trusted when circumstances made no sense. They held on when giving up seemed like the only option. And in the waiting, they were strengthened, prepared, and positioned for glory. Faith in the waiting is also about cultivating patience. And I know patience is hard. I know it is uncomfortable. But patience is not passive. Patience is powerful. Patience is active. It is not sitting idly by hoping something will happen. It is working diligently, growing continually, praying fervently, and trusting wholeheartedly, all while waiting. Patience in the waiting allows your faith to mature. Patience in the waiting allows your character to be refined. Patience in the waiting ensures that when the moment of breakthrough arrives, you are ready to receive it with wisdom, grace, and strength. Faith in the waiting is rewarded. God honors those who wait. He blesses those who trust. He elevates those who remain strong when it would be easier to quit. Every prayer you have prayed, every effort you have made, every act of obedience, every moment of perseverance is being stored up in your life, ready to manifest at the appointed time. The waiting may feel long, the waiting may feel difficult. When the moment arrives, your faith will shine like the morning sun, your joy will overflow, and your life will testify of the power of trusting God in the unseen. So I urge you today, do not despise the waiting. Do not grow weary in the delay. Do not let discouragement steal your hope. Stand strong. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Keep working. Keep preparing. Keep shining in your faith even when the light seems dim, because when the waiting ends, the reward will be greater than you ever imagined. The glory will be brighter than you ever dreamed, and the joy will be deeper than your heart can comprehend. Faith in the waiting is not passive. It is purposeful. It is the soil in which your dreams are planted, the fire in which your character is refined, and the foundation on which your future is built. Hold fast, stay strong, remain patient. Your time is coming, your breakthrough is on the way. Your destiny is about to be revealed. And when it comes, it will come in power, in purpose, and in glory. Every struggle in your life has a purpose. Every challenge, every difficulty, every trial you face is not random. It is not a mistake. It is not an accident. There is a reason, a divine intention behind every moment of pain, every moment of frustration, every season of hardship. Your struggles are not to break you. They are to build you. They are not to define you. They are to refine you. They are not to stop your progress. They are to prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. You see, life will test you. Life will push you. Life will bring storms that seem too heavy to bear. There will be times when you wonder if you can go on. Times when the pressure seems unbearable. The load seems too heavy, and the world feels like it is against you. But I want you to understand something vital today. Struggle is not the end of your story. It is the shaping of your story. Every struggle has a purpose. It teaches you lessons that comfort and ease never could. Struggle teaches patience. It teaches perseverance. It teaches humility. It teaches strength. It teaches you what you are truly capable of when the odds are stacked against you. Struggle is the invisible hand of God molding your heart, stretching your mind and expanding your spirit. It is a crucible where your character is forged. And just like steel must go through fire to become strong, so must you endure struggle to become the person you are meant to be. When you are in the middle of a struggle, it is hard to see the purpose. Pain can blind you. Fear can paralyze you. Doubt can whisper lies into your heart, telling you that your struggle is meaningless, that you are failing. Your dream will never come to pass. But I am here to remind you today, what you are enduring has meaning. What you are enduring has a divine purpose. What you are enduring is preparing you for your destiny. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, every person who has achieved greatness has faced struggle. Abraham waited decades for a promise. Joseph was betrayed and imprisoned unjustly. Moses endured criticism and rebellion from those he led. David faced giants in exile. Every great life is marked by struggle. And the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not that they were free of hardship, but that they discovered the purpose in their hardship. They understood that the struggle was not their enemy. It was their teacher. Struggle shapes your faith. It stretches your trust. Everything in your life seems uncertain. Struggle forces you to cling to something greater than yourself. It forces you to pray, to seek guidance, to depend on God rather than relying solely on your own strength. And in doing so, you discover a faith that cannot be shaken, a resilience that cannot be broken, strength that cannot be taken. Struggle also prepares you for opportunity. Often, we want blessings without preparation, promotion without endurance, victory without trial. But the truth is, every struggle equips you to handle the responsibility of what is coming. You cannot fully appreciate your breakthrough if you have not endured the battle. You cannot fully embrace your success if you have not been tested. You cannot truly lead, inspire, or serve if your character has not been refined through hardship. Struggle reveals your true self. It strips away pretense. It exposes weakness. It confronts fear. It challenges doubt. And in the process, it shows you what you are made of. Many people run from struggle, but those who embrace it, who understand that it is purposeful, are the ones who grow into their calling. Those who persevere through pain, who remain steadfast in difficulty, are the ones who achieve greatness. The purpose of struggle is not just about endurance, it is about transformation. Your struggle is shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. Your struggle is teaching you empathy. Your struggle is teaching you courage. Your struggle is teaching you how to stand firm when the storm comes again. Your struggle is preparing you to minister, to lead, to inspire, to guide others who will walk the path you once walked. Your struggle is not in vain. It is a seed that will grow into something beautiful, powerful, eternal. I know some of you are in the middle of struggles right now that feel unbearable. You may be facing financial hardship, family conflict, health challenges, or spiritual battles that drain your strength. I know it feels like it will never end. But I want to remind you, your struggle is temporary. Your purpose is eternal. God is using this moment to prepare you for the life you were meant to live. God is using this trial to equip you for the destiny He has written for you. And when you look back one day, you will see that every tear, every difficulty, every disappointment was a stepping stone toward your victory. The key is not to avoid struggle, but to embrace it with faith. Do not ask why it is happening. Ask what it is teaching you. Do not focus on the pain. Focus on the purpose. Do not dwell on delay. Focus on the development. Every struggle carries within it the seed of growth, the lesson of wisdom, and the promise of breakthrough. Do not despise the process. Do not resent the trial. Do not give up when the going gets tough. Stand firm. Hold your head high. Keep your faith alive. Keep your vision in front of you. Keep moving forward. Even if the steps are small, every struggle has a purpose, and every purpose has a reward. You may not see it today. You may not feel it today. But the harvest will come. Your perseverance will be rewarded. Your faith will be honored. The struggle that once threatened to break you will become the testimony that inspires millions. So today, embrace your struggle. Welcome the challenges. Understand that the hardships you face are shaping your destiny. Trust in God's timing. Trust in His plan. Trust in the process. And remember this, the struggle is never wasted. It is never meaningless. It is never in vain. Every struggle has a purpose. And that purpose is to prepare you for the life, the legacy, and the greatness that is waiting for you on the other side. Hallelujah! Stand strong, keep fighting, keep believing, keep trusting. And watch as your struggles turn into testimonies, your trials turn into triumphs, and your pain turns into purpose. There's a power in silence, a strength that the world does not understand, but God does. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and endless opinions, the ability to remain silent is not weakness, it is wisdom. Strength in silence is the mark of those who are confident in their purpose, unwavering in their faith, and patient for the right moment to act. It is in the quiet, when no one is watching, that character is built and destiny is prepared. Too often, we feel the pressure to explain ourselves, to justify our actions, to defend our dreams, or to prove our worth to everyone around us. But I want to tell you something today. Not everything you face requires an explanation. Not every fight requires a voice. Not every battle requires your words. Sometimes silence speaks louder than 1,000 speeches. Sometimes patience is more powerful than immediate reaction. And sometimes holding your peace in the midst of chaos is the most courageous act you will ever perform. Strength in silence is rooted in faith. It is the confidence that God sees what others cannot. It is the assurance that your labor in the shadows is never wasted. While the world is talking, complaining, and comparing, you are preparing. While others are seeking validation, you are growing. While the crowd is focused on noise, you are focused on purpose. And when the appointed time arrives, your breakthrough, your promotion, your victory will speak louder than any words ever could. Silence does not mean inactivity. Silence does not mean weakness. Silence is a strategy. It is a posture of strength. It is a deliberate choice to preserve your energy, protect your peace, and focus on the work that only you and God can see. Those who are wise know that there is a time to speak and there is a time to listen. There is a time to act and there is a time to wait. There is a time for declaration and there is a time for demonstration. And often the greatest power lies in the demonstration, not the declaration. You see, the world measures success by noise, popularity, and attention. But God measures success by faithfulness, perseverance, and obedience. When you cultivate strength in silence, you are building a foundation that cannot be shaken by criticism, envy, or misunderstanding. You are developing a resilience that allows you to withstand storms without complaint, to walk in confidence without recognition, to move forward without needing applause. Strength in silence prepares you to handle success with humility and failure with dignity. Some of the greatest leaders, the greatest achievers, the greatest spiritual giants were not always the loudest in the room. They were the ones who listened. They were the ones who observed. They were the ones who acted with intention rather than reaction. They understood that patience in silence is a tool for discernment. It is a tool for clarity. It is a tool for alignment. And it is in that quiet, focused space that God often speaks most clearly, guiding you toward the next step in your journey. I know some of you struggle with silence because you associate it with loneliness, weakness, or irrelevance. But I want you to understand this. Silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. Silence is the space where strategy is developed. Silence is the space where faith grows stronger. Silence is the space where your spirit is renewed and your vision is clarified. While the world rushes to react and respond, you are waiting for the perfect moment, guided by wisdom far beyond human understanding. Strength in silence also protects your journey. Words spoken in haste can destroy relationships, opportunities, and reputations. Words spoken without discernment can create unnecessary conflict. But when you practice restraint, when you choose silence over reaction, you preserve what is sacred and valuable. You protect your dreams. You protect your peace. You protect the integrity of the work God is doing in your life. There is power in holding your tongue. There is power in walking away from gossip. There is power in ignoring criticism that is meant to derail you. There is power in trusting that God is bigger than every challenge and every voice that opposes you. Strength in silence builds anticipation. When you are patient, when you are faithful, when you are quiet, people notice not immediately, but eventually your work, your growth, your breakthrough becomes undeniable. And when the moment comes, your life speaks volumes without the need for constant explanation. A quiet season of preparation transforms into the loud season of revelation, and the world is left in awe at the fruit of your perseverance and your faith. Silence also cultivates inner strength. When you are silent, you learn to rely less on the approval of others and more on the guidance of God. You learn to trust your own heart and intuition. You learn to walk by faith and not by sight. You learn that true power does not need to be broadcast. It is evident in character, integrity, and the results of consistent effort. The world may try to measure you by noise, but God measures you by obedience. Those who cultivate strength in silence are often the ones who are elevated to positions of influence, authority, and purpose. Do not be afraid of quiet seasons. Do not rush to fill every silence with words, actions, or explanations. Do not feel pressure to justify yourself to those who do not understand your journey. Stand firm. Be patient. Walk in obedience. Your life be a testimony that does not need constant commentary. Trust that God is arranging every step. Trust that He is orchestrating every moment. Trust that your time will come, and when it does, it will speak with power, clarity, and authority that words alone could never achieve. Strength in silence is not just about waiting. It is about preparing. It is about observing. It is about growing. It is about developing the courage to stand alone, the wisdom to act deliberately, and the faith to trust the unseen. It is about learning to walk with purpose, even when no one is applauding, and to fight battles that no one else can see. And when the appointed time comes, you will rise. Your life will proclaim victory louder than any voice ever could. Embrace silence, cultivate patience, guard your heart, protect your dreams. Strengthen your spirit. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Let your faith speak louder than your fear. Let your life, prepared in silence, demonstrate the power of perseverance, wisdom, and divine timing. There is strength in silence. There is power in restraint. There is victory in patience. When you honor the quiet season, when you trust the unseen, and when you act in alignment with God's timing, your life will shine with a brilliance that cannot be ignored. Hallelujah! There is a time for everything under heaven, and that time is orchestrated by God. Divine timing is the heartbeat of your destiny. It is the rhythm by which your life moves from preparation to purpose, from patience to promotion, from trial to triumph. And while the world may rush, while circumstances may seem urgent, while your heart may grow impatient, divine timing reminds us that God's schedule is perfect, and His timing is never early, never late. It is always exactly right. Too often, we try to force our lives into our own timing. We push, we rush, we act impulsively because we are tired of waiting. We look at others who are succeeding and wonder why we are still standing in the shadows. But I want you to understand today, God's timing is not like the world's timing. God's timing is not determined by urgency, pressure, or the expectations of others. God's timing is determined by wisdom, preparation, and the perfect alignment of circumstances to fulfill His purpose in your life. Divine timing requires patience, and I know patience is hard. Patience is not easy when you see doors closed. Patience is not easy when opportunities are delayed. Patience is not easy when you feel overlooked, ignored, or forgotten. But divine timing teaches you to trust the unseen. It teaches you to hold on to promises, even when fulfillment is not immediate. It teaches you that the waiting room is not empty. It is a place of preparation, a place of growth, a place where God is molding your heart, sharpening your skills, and positioning you for the exact moment when your breakthrough will arrive. Many of the greatest breakthroughs in history did not happen at the first opportunity. They did not happen when the situation seemed convenient. They did not happen when it felt right to the human mind. Abraham waited decades for the promise of a child. Joseph spent years in prison before rising to power. David waited in the fields before he became king. Esther waited for the exact moment to approach the king. Each of these examples shows us a vital truth. Divine timing is always perfect, even when human timing feels delayed. Divine timing also requires faith, requires believing in what you cannot yet see. It requires trusting in the promises that God has placed in your heart. And it requires walking with confidence, even when the path ahead is unclear. You see, it is easy to trust God when everything is going well. It is easy to trust Him when doors are opening and people are encouraging you. But divine timing is tested in the waiting, in the delays, in the moments when nothing seems to be happening. And it is in those moments that your faith is refined, strengthened, and prepared for the glory that is coming. Divine timing is never accidental. Every delay has a purpose. Every setback has a lesson. Every season of waiting is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to strengthen your character. The challenges you face, the struggles you endure, and the obstacles in your path are not detours. They are part of God's plan. They are strategically placed to prepare you for the exact moment when your destiny will unfold. Some of you are frustrated because your time has not yet arrived. You have prayed. You have worked, you have sacrificed, and yet it feels as though nothing has changed. I understand your pain, but I am here to remind you that your time will come in God's perfect timing. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late. And when it comes, it will arrive with power, authority, and clarity that could not have been achieved if it had come earlier. Divine timing also teaches humility, reminds you that you are not in control of every detail. It reminds you that life is not about rushing, forcing, or demanding. Divine timing teaches you to yield, to submit, and to trust in the one who sees the beginning and the end. When you align yourself with divine timing, you release the weight of anxiety, the pressure of urgency, and the burden of trying to orchestrate your life by your own understanding. You begin to walk in peace, knowing that every season, every moment, and every step is under God's perfect authority. If your blessings came too soon, would you be ready? If your promotion arrived before preparation, would you handle it with wisdom? If your breakthrough happened before your growth, would you appreciate it, or would it slip through your fingers? Divine timing ensures that every opportunity, every blessing, every moment of triumph comes when you are fully equipped to receive it, when you are fully prepared to steward it, when you are ready to honor it with gratitude, faith, and integrity. Divine timing also teaches resilience. It shows you that delay does not equal denial. That waiting does not equal failure, and that postponement does not equal abandonment. Every no or not yet is a divine redirection. Every closed door is as a sign that God is opening the right one at the right time. Every season of waiting is an invitation to trust, to grow, to walk boldly in faith, knowing that God is working all things together for your good, even when it does not feel like it. Do not despise the waiting. Do not despise the delays. Do not resent the moments when it seems as though nothing is happening. Embrace divine timing. Trust it. Walk in it. Align yourself with it. And know that when your appointed time comes, it will be undeniable. Your breakthrough will be evident. Your promotion will be clear. Your victory will be celebrated. And every moment of waiting will make sense in the light of the fulfillment of God's perfect plan. So today, stand firm in faith. Be patient in hope. Keep your heart focused. Keep your hands diligent. Keep your spirit strong. Trust that delay is not a denial. Trust that the waiting is not wasted. Trust that every season is preparing you for a moment that only divine timing could create. Your time is coming. When it comes, it will arrive in power, in glory, and in perfect alignment with the destiny God has written for your life. Divine timing is God's timing. His timing is always perfect. Stand strong, stay patient, keep the faith, and watch as your life unfolds in ways greater than you ever imagined. All because you trusted in the timing of the one who never makes mistakes. Trials are not just obstacles, they are opportunities. Trials are not just difficulties, they are divine classrooms designed to shape your character. Every hardship, every struggle, every moment that tests your strength is molding you into the person God intends you to be. Your trials are not a sign that God has abandoned you. They are proof that He is preparing you for greatness. They are refining your spirit, strengthening your resolve, cultivating character that cannot be built in ease, comfort, or convenience. You see, character is revealed not in the sunshine of success, In the storms of life, it is easy to be courageous when everything is going well. It is easy to be generous when there is abundance. It is easy to be patient when there is no pressure. But the true test of character comes when the storm rages, when the pressure mounts, when the world seems against you, and when the only thing you can hold on to is your faith. It is in those moments that your character is tested, shaped, refined. And let me tell you, those who endure the trial with integrity will come out stronger, wiser, and better prepared to fulfill their destiny. Trials are teachers. They teach lessons that comfort and ease never could. They teach patience. They teach perseverance. They teach humility. They teach empathy. They teach you how to navigate life with grace, even when it does not go according to plan. Every trial you face is designed to reveal the depth of your faith, the strength of your spirit, and the resilience of your soul. And if you will embrace the lesson rather than resent the pain, your trials will produce a character that is unshakable, unbreakable, and undeniable. Diamonds are created under pressure. Gold is purified by fire. Iron is forged in the flames, and so too your character is strengthened and refined through trials. Every difficulty you endure is shaping you into someone capable of handling the responsibilities, opportunities, and blessings that lie ahead. Without trials, without struggle, without the heat of challenge, you cannot fully develop the strength, wisdom, and perseverance necessary for the life you are meant to live. Many of you are in the middle of trials right now. You may be facing financial hardship, family conflict, health challenges, career setbacks, emotional battles, and I know it feels overwhelming. I know it feels heavy. I know it feels unfair. But I want you to understand today, every trial you face is shaping your character for a greater purpose. The pain you feel is temporary, but the character you develop is eternal. The lessons you learn now will guide you for the rest of your life. The perseverance you cultivate now will prepare you for the opportunities and responsibilities that God has in store for you. Character through trials is not just about enduring. It is about responding. How you respond to challenges determines the depth of your character. Will you complain? Will you quit? Will you allow bitterness to take root? Or will you rise above, hold your head high, and demonstrate faith, integrity, courage, even in the most difficult moments? The world is watching. God is watching. The outcome of your trials is not determined by the hardship itself, but by your response to it. Trials also teach humility. They remind us that we are not in control of every circumstance. They remind us that life is not always fair. They remind us that we need guidance, wisdom, strength beyond our own understanding. Character is not built in moments of pride or self-sufficiency. It is built in moments of surrender, dependence, and reliance on God. When you learn to trust Him through the trial, when you lean on Him for strength and direction, your character becomes unshackable. Trials also cultivate empathy. When you face challenges, you gain understanding. You develop compassion for others who are struggling. You learn to listen, to encourage, and to uplift because you have walked through the fire yourself. Character shaped through trials is not just strong. It is kind, compassionate, and ready to serve others. It prepares you to lead with wisdom and to inspire with authenticity. And let me tell you something else, trials are not permanent. Every storm has an end. Every season of hardship has a conclusion. And when you endure with faith, integrity, and resilience, you will emerge stronger than before. Your character, honed in the fire of adversity, becomes your testimony. It becomes your strength. It becomes your foundation for every blessing, promotion, and breakthrough that God has prepared for you. Think about the heroes of history, the spiritual giants, the leaders and the achievers. Every one of them faced trials. Abraham faced years of waiting. Joseph faced betrayal and imprisonment. Moses faced rebellion and doubt. David faced giants in exile. Every great story of triumph begins with struggle. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not the absence of trials. It is the presence of character cultivated through trials. Those who persevere with integrity, courage, and faith emerge victorious, while those who give in to bitterness or fear remain stuck in the shadows of their challenges. Do not despise your trials. Do not resent your struggles. Do not give in to despair when life challenges you. Embrace the trial. Learn from it. Grow from it. Allow it to shape your character. Let it refine your spirit. Deepen your faith. Let it prepare you for the destiny that lies ahead. Character through trials is enduring strength. It is perseverance when the odds are against you. It is faith when the outcome seems impossible. It is courage when fear is pressing in. It is integrity when shortcuts seem tempting. It is wisdom when confusion surrounds you. And when you cultivate character through trials, you are not only prepared for the challenges of life, you are prepared to lead, inspire, and bless others. So today, stand strong in the fire. Walk faithfully through the storm. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Hold your head high, keep your faith alive, keep your spirit unshaken. And know this, the trials you face today are shaping the character that will carry you through every blessing, breakthrough, and victory tomorrow. There is a power in hope, and there is strength in perseverance. They are not separate, they are partners in the journey of life. Hope is the light that shines in the darkness, and perseverance is the courage to keep walking toward that light even when the road is long, the path is rough. The storms rage all around you. Together, hope and perseverance are unstoppable. They carry you through seasons of struggle, disappointment, and uncertainty, and they prepare you for the breakthrough that God has promised. Too often, life feels heavy. The pressures of responsibility, the weight of failure, pain of loss, and the uncertainty of the future can make it feel as though hope is slipping away. You may have prayed, worked, and waited, yet it seems as though nothing is changing. You may feel tired. You may feel broken. You may feel like giving up. But I am here to remind you today, hope is not a feeling, it is a decision. Hope is not wishful thinking. It is a choice to believe in the promises of God, even when circumstances seem impossible. Perseverance is the commitment to keep moving forward, step by step, even when the journey is difficult. Hope is powerful because it gives you a vision of a better tomorrow. It reminds you that no matter how dark today may be, there is a light ahead. Refuses to accept defeat. It refuses to settle for less than what God has promised. Hope fuels your faith, ignites your dreams, and keeps your heart alive, even in the most challenging moments. It allows you to see beyond the pain, beyond the delay, and beyond the disappointment, to keep believing that something greater is coming. Perseverance is equally powerful because it turns hope into action. Hope without perseverance is empty. Faith without endurance is ineffective. Perseverance is what allows you to move forward when the path is unclear, to keep going when your strength is failing, to stay faithful when every reason tells you to quit. Perseverance is not easy. It is not comfortable. It is not immediate. It is in perseverance that you discover your true strength, your true resilience, and your true potential. Some of the greatest victories in life come after the longest seasons of struggle. Abraham waited decades for the promise of a child. Joseph endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before rising to power. David faced giants, exile, and rejection before he became king. Esther waited for the exact moment to approach the king and save her people. Every great story of triumph begins with hope sustained by perseverance. Common thread is this: those who succeed are not necessarily those who had an easy journey. They are those who refuse to give up, who refuse to lose hope, and who continue to persevere despite every obstacle. Hope and perseverance also cultivate strength of character. When you choose hope in the midst of hardship, you refuse to be defined by your circumstances. When you choose perseverance, you refuse to be defeated by failure. Together, they teach patience, resilience, and determination. They teach you to walk with integrity even when no one is watching. They teach you to trust in God's timing even when the world seems to move faster than your prayers are answered. And they prepare you to handle the blessings, opportunities, and responsibilities that lie ahead with wisdom, grace, and humility. I know some of you are struggling right now. Your dreams feel distant. Your prayers feel unanswered. Your efforts feel unnoticed. And the weight of disappointment may be heavy on your shoulders. But I want you to understand this. Your hope is not in vain. Your perseverance is not wasted. Every step you take in faith, every act of patience, every moment you choose to keep believing and keep moving forward is laying the foundation for your breakthrough. God sees every tear. God sees every effort. God sees every act of faithfulness, even when the world does not. And He is working all things together for your good. Hope and perseverance are also contagious. When you choose to remain hopeful and persistent, you inspire others to do the same. Your faith becomes a light to someone who is struggling. Your courage becomes a guide to someone who feels lost. Your perseverance becomes a testimony that God is faithful, that He honors those who keep walking, that no trial is too great for Him to overcome. The journey you endure today will one day become the story that inspires someone else to never give up. Hope is not passive. Perseverance is not passive. They are active forces in your life. Hope fuels your vision, and perseverance powers your action. Hope reminds you why you started, and perseverance ensures that you finish. And when combined, they form an unstoppable momentum that carries you through every storm, every delay, every setback, and every challenge. No obstacle is too great, no mountain is too high, and no storm is too fierce for the one who walks with hope in their heart and perseverance in their steps. Seasons of waiting are not empty. Periods of struggle are not meaningless. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen hope and practice perseverance. Every difficulty you endure is a chance to grow in patience, resilience, faith. And when the moment of breakthrough arrives, you will not only rejoice in your victory, you will also appreciate it deeply because you understand the journey that brought you there. Do not lose hope. Do not give in to despair. Not let failure, fear, or disappointment define you. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your heart full of faith. Keep walking step by step, even when the way is unclear. Keep trusting, even when the path seems long. Keep believing, even when circumstances seem impossible. And know this, your perseverance will be rewarded, your hope will be fulfilled, and the life God has promised you is waiting on the other side of your faithfulness and determination. Hope and perseverance are your greatest allies. They carry you through the storms. They guide you through the darkness. They prepare you for the glory that lies ahead. And when you combine hope with perseverance, you become unstoppable. Nothing can deter you. Nothing can defeat you. Nothing can keep you from the destiny that God has prepared for your life. Recognition and reward do not come to everyone. They do not come to those who are impatient. They come to those who endure, those who serve faithfully, those who remain consistent in the unseen, and those who are committed to walking in integrity even when no one is applauding. Recognition is the acknowledgement of your labor, and reward is the fruit of your faithfulness. And I am here to tell you today your time for recognition and your moment for reward is coming. You must remain steadfast in the meantime. Too often, people expect recognition before they have truly earned it. They want applause before the work is done. They want reward before they have persevered through the storms. But I want to remind you today, God honors diligence, consistency, faithfulness in ways that the world cannot see. True reward is never instant. True recognition is never superficial. Both are the culmination of preparation, perseverance, and purpose. Recognition is not just about being seen, it is about being validated. It is not just about public praise. It is about acknowledgement of the effort, the sacrifice, and the resilience you have demonstrated. Recognition comes to those who do what is right, even when no one is watching. Recognition comes to those who remain faithful in the small things, knowing that faithfulness in the little prepares you for greatness in the much. And recognition is often delayed, not because it is denied, because the timing must be perfect for the impact to be meaningful. Reward, on the other hand, is the fulfillment of purpose. It is the fruit of your labor, the harvest of your perseverance, and the manifestation of God's promises in your life. Reward comes to those who have endured, who have been patient, who have remained steadfast in the midst of trials. Reward is not always immediate. Sometimes it requires waiting, sacrifice, and unwavering faith. But when it arrives, it comes in a way that exceeds expectation, surpasses imagination, and validates every struggle you have endured. I know some of you are feeling overlooked today. You may be faithful at work, in your ministry, in your family, or in your personal growth, yet no one seems to notice. You may feel unseen, undervalued, or underappreciated. But I want to remind you the eyes that matter most are watching. The one who sees everything, the one who knows your heart, your effort, and your faithfulness is preparing your recognition and reward. God is not limited by human opinion. God is not constrained by human timing. And God's reward is always perfect, always full, and always transformative. Recognition is often delayed to refine your character. Reward is sometimes postponed to strengthen your faith. And the waiting period is never wasted. It is a season of growth, a season of preparation, and a season of alignment. While others may celebrate superficial victories, God is preparing something far greater for you, something that cannot be rushed, replicated, or diminished. When recognition and reward arrive, they will be the testimony of your perseverance, the fruit of your faith, and the proof that God honors those who honor Him in every season. Joseph waited years in prison before his promotion. Esther waited for the exact moment to approach the king. Moses endured criticism, rebellion, doubt before leading the Israelites. David faced giants and exile before becoming king. Every story of divine recognition and reward is marked by a season of faithfulness in the shadows, perseverance through trials, and patience in the waiting. Common thread is this: those who endure with integrity are the ones whose reward is lasting, impactful, and undeniable. Recognition and reward also teach humility. They remind us that success is not just about self-promotion or personal ambition. It is about alignment with God's purpose. They remind us that applause without preparation is empty, and praise without faithfulness is hollow. Recognition is meaningful when it is earned. Reward is impactful when it comes after perseverance. And the true value of both is seen not in the moment itself, in the transformation they inspire in your life and in the lives of others. Beloved, recognition and reward are not limited to material gain or external acknowledgement. They come in many forms: peace of mind, spiritual growth, influence over others, clarity of purpose, and fulfillment of destiny. The most powerful recognition is not necessarily the one that is broadcast to the world. It is the recognition that aligns you with your divine calling. The most lasting reward is not always financial or social. It is the reward that confirms that you have walked faithfully, served faithfully, persevered faithfully, even when the world could not see. I know some of you are struggling to stay motivated because recognition seems delayed. You may feel invisible, unheard, or unappreciated, but I want to remind you, the greatest recognition and the most profound reward are often invisible until the appointed time. God is orchestrating every detail. He is preparing every encounter, every opportunity, and every blessing so that when your moment arrives, it will surpass anything you could have imagined. Waiting is not wasted, the effort is not ignored, the labor is not overlooked. Recognition and reward are also powerful because they inspire others. You endure faithfully and finally receive acknowledgement. Your story becomes a testimony. Your reward encourages someone else to remain faithful. Your recognition validates perseverance in others, and the cycle of faithfulness, endurance, and reward continues, impacting generations beyond your own. Your breakthrough becomes a beacon of hope, a sign that God honors faithfulness, and proof that perseverance is never in vain. Do not despise the waiting. Do not grow weary in the unseen. Do not lose heart when recognition seems delayed and reward seems distant. Keep your hands diligent, your heart faithful, your spirit strong. Continue to serve, continue to work, continue to love, and continue to believe. Every act of faithfulness, every sacrifice, every effort is being stored up for the moment when recognition and reward arrive. Recognition and reward are the natural outcome of faithfulness, perseverance, and integrity. They are not random. They are not accidental. They are divine responses to your obedience, your dedication, and your commitment to purpose. When they arrive, they will validate every tear, every trial, and every moment of faithfulness that you invested along the way. So today, stand firm. Keep working in the shadows. Keep walking faithfully. Keep trusting God in every step. And when your recognition comes, when your reward arrives, it will come in abundance with glory and with the power to confirm that your journey, your perseverance, and your faithfulness were never in vain. One of the greatest enemies of destiny is impatience, and one of the greatest destroyers of purpose is compromise. Impatience pushes you to settle for less than what God has promised. Compromise lures you away from integrity, character, and your calling. And if you want to live a life of purpose, if you want to walk in God's plan, you must learn to avoid both. You must learn to stand firm, remain faithful, and trust in divine timing even when the wait is long, the pressure is heavy, and the temptation to take shortcuts is strong. Impatience is dangerous because it blinds you to wisdom. It rushes you into decisions before you are prepared. It causes you to react in haste, speak in anger, act out of fear rather than faith. Impatience makes you vulnerable to mistakes, setbacks, and regrets. It pressures you to pursue immediate gratification instead of lasting fulfillment. And the truth is this: God's timing is always perfect. If you rush ahead, you may miss the blessing, the opportunity, or the moment that God has prepared specifically for you. Compromise is dangerous because it corrodes your character, asks you to settle for less than your best. It asks you to sacrifice integrity for convenience. It asks you to dilute your vision, diminish your values, weaken your faith. Compromise may seem attractive in the short term. It may offer ease, comfort, or immediate reward. But it comes at a cost: the loss of purpose, the loss of credibility, and the loss of alignment with God's plan. And let me tell you something: no reward, no recognition, no opportunity that requires compromise is worth the price of your integrity. The combination of impatience and compromise is particularly destructive. When you are impatient, you are vulnerable to compromise. When you are desperate for results, you are more likely to take shortcuts, cut corners, and make choices that are not aligned with your calling. But God calls you to a higher standard. He calls you to patience, discipline, and faithfulness. He calls you to trust His timing, to remain steadfast in principle, and to refuse to settle for anything less than His best. I know some of you are struggling with waiting. You have prayed, you have sacrificed, you have worked tirelessly, and yet it seems as though your breakthrough is delayed. You may feel frustrated. You may feel anxious. You may feel like giving up. I am here to remind you today: the wait is not wasted. The delay is not denial. Your patience in this moment is preparing you for a reward that cannot be rushed. Impatience will only lead you astray. Patience, guided by faith, will lead you to your destiny. Avoiding impatience means trusting in the process. It means understanding that God's plan is greater than your timeline. It means believing that every closed door, every setback, every delay is part of a divine strategy to prepare you, strengthen you, position you for something far greater than you could imagine. Patience allows you to remain disciplined, focused, and steadfast even when the world is moving fast and opportunities seem scarce. It allows you to act with wisdom rather than emotion, with discernment rather than haste. It ensures that when the moment of breakthrough comes, you are fully prepared to receive it. Avoiding compromise means holding fast to your values, principles, and integrity. It means refusing to dilute your faith or betray your calling for temporary gain. It means saying no to shortcuts, no to dishonesty, to cutting corners, and no to anything that would take you off course from the life God has planned for you. Compromise may seem convenient in the moment. It always carries consequences. It always diminishes your influence, weakens your credibility, and delays your destiny. Standing firm in integrity, even when it is difficult, is the key to lasting success and meaningful fulfillment. Some of the greatest leaders, the greatest achievers, the greatest servants of God avoided impatience and compromise. Joseph did not retaliate or take shortcuts when betrayed and imprisoned. He trusted God's timing and remained faithful. David did not seize the throne by force when opportunities arose. He waited on God's plan and acted with integrity. Daniel did not compromise his faith in Babylon. He stood firm even when it meant danger, and God honored him. Their patience and refusal to compromise positioned them for divine reward, influence, and lasting legacy. I know some of you are facing pressure today from society, from peers, from circumstances to act hastily or take the easy way out. But I urge you, resist the temptation. Do not let impatience dictate your choices. Do not let compromise erode your integrity. Instead, anchor yourself in faith, stand firm in principle, and trust in God's timing. Remember that delays are not denials, and obstacles are not punishments. They are opportunities for preparation, growth, and refinement. Avoiding impatience and compromise also teaches discipline and resilience. It trains you to respond with wisdom instead of emotion. It strengthens your character under pressure. It allows you to navigate challenges without sacrificing your values. It equips you to lead, inspire, Influence others by example. And when you emerge on the other side, having endured patiently and walked faithfully without compromise, your life becomes a testimony of integrity, faith, and divine favor. Do not rush. Do not settle. Do not cut corners. Do not take shortcuts that compromise your character or your calling. Stand firm. Wait on God's timing. Walk in integrity. Trust in His promises. Keep working diligently, praying fervently, and believing wholeheartedly. Your breakthrough, your promotion, your reward will come not because of haste, because of faithfulness, not because of compromise, but because of obedience, not because of impatience, but because of perseverance. Patience and compromise may offer temporary relief, but they always carry long-term consequences. Patience and integrity may be challenging. They produce lasting reward, fulfillment, and recognition. When you avoid the shortcuts, resist the pressure, and trust God's timing, you position yourself for a life of true blessing, purpose, and destiny. So today, stand strong. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your hands diligent. Keep your heart faithful. Avoid impatience. Avoid compromise. And trust that God is orchestrating every detail of your life, preparing every opportunity, and positioning every blessing to arrive at the perfect moment. Your integrity, patience, and faithfulness will be rewarded beyond measure. Ultimate elevation is not about popularity. Ultimate elevation is not about recognition from the world. Ultimate elevation is not about temporary status or fleeting applause. True elevation is the rise that comes from purpose, preparation, perseverance, and divine alignment. It is the promotion that comes from God, the favor that cannot be earned by human effort alone. Breakthrough that is reserved for those who remain faithful when no one is watching. Ultimate elevation is not given lightly. It is cultivated, earned, prepared in the unseen seasons of life. Too often, people chase elevation in the wrong places. They seek it through shortcuts, through compromise, through pleasing others, or through immediate gratification. But I want to remind you today, true elevation cannot be rushed, cannot be forced, cannot be earned at the expense of character. Elevation that comes from haste is temporary. Elevation that comes from compromise is hollow. Elevation that comes from the world fades quickly. But ultimate elevation, the rise that changes your life, your family, and your legacy, is built on integrity, perseverance, and alignment with God's purpose. Elevation begins in preparation. It begins when you do the work others refuse to do. It begins when you develop the skills, the mindset, and the character required for the level you are destined to reach. Elevation does not happen overnight. It does not happen in a single opportunity. It is the result of consistent effort, of faithfulness in small things, of dedication in the unseen seasons of your life. Every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice, every moment of discipline is preparing you for the moment when God will lift you to your ultimate position. Ultimate elevation also requires patience. I know patience is not easy. The world wants instant results. The enemy wants you to feel frustrated. Circumstances want to convince you that nothing is happening, but patience is essential. God's timing is perfect. Ultimate elevation is always aligned with divine timing. You cannot skip the seasons of preparation without risking the integrity of your promotion. You cannot accelerate the timing without risking the blessing. Trust in the process. Trust in the waiting. Trust that every delay, every trial, every challenge is part of God's plan to elevate you to your highest destiny. Elevation is often accompanied by resistance. Every person who has risen to greatness has faced opposition. Every breakthrough is preceded by a battle. Every promotion comes with pressure. And I want you to understand this opposition is not a sign that you are failing. It is proof that you are on the right path. Enemy does not attack what is small or meaningless. Resistance shows that what is coming has value, power, and significance. Stand firm, persevere, fight the good fight, and know that every challenge you overcome is a step closer to your ultimate elevation. Ultimate elevation is also a test of character. It is easy to rise when no one is watching. It is easy to remain faithful when life is comfortable. But true elevation is built in the seasons when everything seems against you, when no one applauds, and when the world questions your ability. Character is revealed in adversity, shaped in patience, and strengthened by faith. And when elevation comes, it will not only honor your labor, but also reflect the integrity, resilience, and wisdom you cultivated along the way. Joseph did not rise to power overnight. He endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before he was promoted to second in command over Egypt. David did not ascend to the throne without years in the wilderness facing giants and exile. Esther did not save her people without courage and patience. Every story of ultimate elevation begins with preparation, requires perseverance, and is fulfilled according to divine timing. Your story is no different. Your breakthrough will come, but it will come in God's perfect season. Elevation is not just personal, it is positional. Ultimate elevation affects not only you, but also those around you. When God elevates you, He positions you to bless others, to influence others, to lead with wisdom. Elevation without purpose can be empty. Elevation without integrity can be destructive. But elevation that comes from God, aligned with His plan, empowers you to create impact, inspire change, and leave a lasting legacy. Your rise is never just about you. It is about the lives you touch, the people you lead, and the generations you influence. Beloved, I know some of you feel overlooked. You may be faithful, hardworking, and diligent, yet it seems like no one notices. You may feel tired, frustrated, tempted to give up. But I want you to understand God has not forgotten you. Your labor is not in vain. Your faithfulness is being recorded. Your elevation is being prepared. Do not compare your journey to others. Do not measure your timing by the clock of the world. Trust that God is orchestrating every detail, positioning every opportunity, and preparing every blessing for your perfect moment of elevation. And elevation also requires humility. True elevation does not come from self-promotion, arrogance, or pride. It comes from a heart aligned with God, spirit submitted to His will, and a life committed to service. When elevation arrives, it will not only bring recognition and reward, but also responsibility. It will require wisdom, discernment, and integrity to steward well what God has entrusted to you. And if you remain humble in the journey, you will honor the source of your elevation and maximize the impact of your promotion. Continue to walk faithfully even in the shadows. Continue to work diligently even when no one is watching. Continue to pray fervently even when the results seem delayed. Avoid shortcuts, avoid compromise, avoid the temptation to act in haste. Let every trial, every sacrifice, and every season of preparation strengthen your spirit and refine your character. When you do, ultimate elevation will not only come, it will come in fullness, glory, and power. Ultimate elevation is a combination of preparation, perseverance, patience, and alignment with God's will. It cannot be rushed, it cannot be bought, and it cannot be earned apart from faithfulness. When it arrives, it will be unmistakable. It will honor your labor, reward your faithfulness, and validate every season you have endured. It will elevate you not just for personal gain, but for the purpose of blessing others, impacting lives, and fulfilling destiny. So today, stand strong. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep preparing, keep persevering, keep serving with integrity, keep praying with faith. And when your ultimate elevation arrives, will come in power and favor and in alignment with the destiny God has written for your life.